is this? An empty shell, a lonely cell in which an empty heart must dwell. What kind of lips are these that lied with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love, that left me alone like this? Why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I am.
Okay, gonna be a book review. On the way home, had the car radio on, and Lindsey Graham joins Team Ross Perot, another draft pick. Not really a big surprise. I'd have been disappointed if Lindsey Graham didn't come out and say he wasn't going to support Trump. And lately, too, I have a tough time, but I can't watch. It's hard to watch the videos because the internet situation, because I don't take this thing to work anymore. I get a little better connection over there. And if I do watch a video, a lot of times I can't leave a comment. It's just, so if I haven't gone to your video, I think, why is this guy not watching my videos lately? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, maybe I just can't comment, so that kind of thing. So we're all messed up over here. Excuse me, I got a cold. I've been doing a lot of reading. I'm new to fiction. I typically do not read fiction, okay? For just stubborn reasons. A couple months ago, I started reading. My dad has this huge book collection, and so I started reading a lot of fiction. Now, every time I have to go to the bank, I go to there's a Salvation Army right near it, and they have books for like 25 cents or whatever. So I always go through there, run through there, see if there's something interesting. Now, most people have heard of John Grisham. Okay, great movies, great writer. Well, I know now he's a great writer, but he does a lot of the excuse me, lawyer mysteries, that kind of thing. He does other things too. He's books about baseball, this kind of deal. But if you are I'm not a fan of this kind of lawyer mystery type books. Really not my thing. Although now I'm going to read them because I find he is a really good writer. I like the way he writes. But if you say, oh, I don't want to read John Grisham because I'm not into those lawyer things. Well, one of the books he has, it's not one of those lawyer mysteries. Let me put it in here. John Grisham, and that is The Brethren. This was a great read. It's, like I said, it's not the norm for him. He said, I watched him in an interview here on YouTube, he said this is his funniest book. It is entertaining in that way. He also wondered why no one ever wanted to make a movie out of this one. This would be a great movie. I think it was written in 2000. What it is, and I won't give anything away, but the premise here is there's 3 guys in federal prison. 2 of them are ex-judges. Okay, one is I don't know, he's like a something of the peace or whatever. Anyway, these 3 guys are in prison for a long time, and what they're doing is they take out an ad in a gay magazine. Okay, it's a single white male, 20, looking for older gentlemen for discreet relationship, this kind of thing, and they put it in this. It's a national magazine. And so what they do is get older men respond, and they're looking for men that are still in the closet. Okay, this is something they're doing on the stealth, on the sly. And what they do is they string them along until they get the romance idea going. 2-3 letters back and forth. Can't wait to meet you. This kind of stuff. Asking for a couple of bucks, whatever the case is. Then they bust him. That's a worthy. Okay, we're gonna bust this guy. He's ready. And they write him a letter, a response letter. It says, okay, I'm not who I said I am. I'm not gay, but you are. And we know you're hiding it. We also know where you live, what you do. You're married, your business, this and that. and you have, we'll give you 7 days to send us $100,000 to wire it to this account, the Cayman Islands, or we're going to start a letter campaign to everyone in your community, your boss, your wife, your kids, the Rotary. Tell them all that you're out, seeking a gay relationship. And they're reeling money in this way. They reference in the book, they mentioned it a couple of times, so I believe this has happened. They talked about the Angola scheme, the Angola, the prison, which is in Louisiana. I guess they did something like this, because they referenced that a couple of times. The Angola scam, they called it. Anyhow, there's not like any gay stuff going on. That was the premise. That's how they hooked these guys. But what happens is they get these, one guy was a banker, one guy was a jeweler. Then they get this one big fish. And it gets really wild after that. And the characters involved are really entertaining. It's really a good read. Once again, it's The Brethren, John Grisham. I guess I'll put this in the title. If I'm not into the lawyer stuff, which I'm typically not, but what time is it? If I find an author, someone I'm into, I'll go to YouTube and see if they've done any interviews. Okay, because I was like this, oh, this guy's pretty good. Let's see if he's alive too. Is he giving any kind of a decent interview? So I go up and I watch all these John Grisham interviews. Now, John Grisham, the movie The Firm, that's based off of one of his books. The movie with Matt McConaughey and Sandra Bullock, A Time to Kill, is based off of one of his books. And he tells this story that he was an attorney and he had this experience. He saw this thing in the courtroom that inspired him to write the book, A Time to Kill. Finishes the book, can't get it published. Nobody wants it. I might not have it perfect, but I'll give you the gist of the story. He can't get it published. So he says, well, no one thought it was commercial enough. He goes, okay, I'm going to write another book, but I'm going to make it just totally commercial. Give them what they want. Sex, murder, all kind of stuff. Well, that was The Firm. So he writes The Firm, gets it finished. Nobody wants it. Can't get it published. So he's sitting on 2 books, never been published. He just has manuscripts. Well, when you send manuscripts into these publishers, someone got a hold of a bootleg copy of The Firm. And they took it into Hollywood, started peddling it as a movie, unbeknownst to him and his agent. Okay? So John Grisham gets a call one day from his agent, says, dude, what are you peddling this thing movie-wise? What's going on? He says, I don't know what you're talking about. He says, well, someone said that they're making offers for the movie for The Firm. He says, how can they do that? We haven't had this book published yet. Nobody even wanted this book. Well, come to find out, a guy stole the book, and the guy actually, I guess, contacted him, and they worked out a deal. He said, listen, I stole your book, but hey, I got you a movie deal. And so they ended up getting, they put up for bid, he got like $700,000 for it, and all this kind of thing. So he was not set out to be a writer. He was still an attorney, but he was inspired by an event to write a book that did not sell, and he probably would have quit right there. Then did the second attempt. It failed originally, couldn't get published, but because someone stole the manuscript and peddled it to Hollywood for a movie successfully, because of that we have John Grisham today. I thought it was a pretty clever story. Anyhow, I'll shut up. Great book, though, The Brethren. Check this out. It's a quick read. It's like, I don't know, it's probably over 450 pages, but I'm a slow reader. I'm going through this thing in a heartbeat. Really entertaining. And really, a lot of you guys that the stuff you're into, you'd find this book interesting. Anyhow, get over my cold here. God bless you and love ya.
What kind of clown am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away this mask of play and live